Okay, so this is the 4500 series Snow Defender. Talk about it a little bit. It's made of 16 gauge Type 304 stainless steel. It's got a built-in EPDM sealer on the bottom, so it does not require any additional sealant, which is great not only for speed, but also it's less messy. You can install it. You can install these guards even when it's cold. Unlike adhesive, sometimes you have to. You can only install in certain weather conditions if it's above 30 degrees or 40 degrees, and there's no cure time. Takes 2 fasteners. Preference is a number 12 or number 14. Number 12 being the most common size. They have a little bit more beef than a number 10. Have side gussets to add strength, so when that pressure gets applied from the snow, those help with strength, and also a stamp V pattern for the same reason, so that strengthens the upper part of the snow guard. Installation, very straightforward. So 2 fasteners, and typically installed in a staggered row or rows. So in this case, I'm going to put them about 6 inches up from the eave. Depending on the roof, you may install the first row at 12 or 24 inches up and stagger every other row. In this case, I'm actually going to do 8 and 16 inches. But again, the exact staggered pattern is not as crucial. Note that for the best strength, what you can do is up under on the underside of your decking. If you don't already have, if you're not going over laving, you can install a 2x4 on the underside, and that way when you fasten these, that has the best bite all the way through, and it's holding wood. If you don't do that, they'll still have a good bite, but not compared to if you can add those 1x4s up on the underside of your decking. So just for demonstration, so we're going to put these at 8 and 16. So I'm going to measure that from the bottom of the snow guard. Again, this exact spacing is not as critical as the fact that they are staggered every other guard. So just 2 screws and that's it. You may have to play around with the depth. Play around with the clutch on your drill just to make sure you get the pressure just right, so you're not going over tightened or under tightened. So I'll just skip a row and go ahead and do the lowers first. All right. So once you got your guards in place, so that's it. So pretty much 2 staggered rows. Again, staggered, the exact distance from the eave is not crucial. The exact distance between stagger is not crucial. The most important thing is that stagger allows the weight to be distributed, not all in one line. So it's up and down, so it has a little bit more better distribution on the weight. And again, for the most strength, you'll have a 2x4 installed on the underside for those to fasten to, so you can have 2-inch long, 2.5-inch long screw biting down into wood all the way down. Extremely strong, 16 gauge stainless. You really can't beat that. Other options, we have mill finish stainless steel. So if you don't want a powder coat, still stainless steel, still gonna last an awful long time, a little bit lower price, looks great with Galvalume. If you're installing these over a pole barn or another pole barn construction where you have a 2x6 on edge, the vertical alignment of these screws will not work. They're just too far apart. So you can use a 1500 series where it has horizontal fasteners. So when you place that, your screws are going horizontal and they'll hit the purlins every time. Same EPDM sealer, and it's still available in powder coat paint or mill finish, stainless steel. Talk briefly about a couple of other options for through fastened panels. So polycarbonate, that's a Lexan polycarbonate, so just excellent quality. This is a PC240. You can use this fastener either with adhesive only, in which case it works for through fasten and standing seam panels, or you can use this fastener with adhesive plus screws, which case we'd only recommend it for a through fasten system. And if you do that, you get a little bit better holding power versus the adhesive only. One thing people always ask is, can I install these over a doorway? Just only over a doorway? And I always tell them is, no. If you install them only over a doorway, you'll have this V-shaped pattern where the snow builds up, and you think you're holding 6 feet of snow, and you're holding 26 feet of snow, and the system's compromised. So when you install snow guards, you want to install them all the way across the entire plane of the roof. So if you have a two-sided roof, you don't have to install it on both sides of the roof, but at least install it across the whole side of the plane you're installing snow guards on. If for some reason you're tempted to use snow guards only above a doorway or patio, use adhesive only. That way, if they do come off, you can glue them back on when you get that every 10, every 20 year snow. So especially if you're in high snow areas, eventually you're going to get that big snow. And that's a case where you want to use adhesive only, so if they come off, you're not having screws rip through your roof.